Hey there, Tamir from Fibonacci-Traders.com, your daily market recap. Monday, October 23rd, 2023 earnings season is at the boiling point. So please hit the like, subscribe, and stay tuned for the rest of the video. Span the daily doji off a trend line, and we know that doji off a trend line is the most significant signal. First, indecision in the market. Second, what might be coming next? A trend reversal, but it's too early to know. Don't forget, Microsoft, Google, Meta, Amazon posting earnings starting tomorrow after the bell. Look left. Every time since July, price reached this trend line, bounce, bounce, and bounce. Can we get a bounce once again? Hold your breath. Do not try to be hero. Wait for confirmation. Wait until at least two of these four magnificent big stocks, mega caps. And then we will see where price is heading. If two of them will post earnings less than expected, we will see 410 and 393. Good expectations, good earnings according to expectations, and we will see this red trend line to the upside. QQQ 351 holding, but overall lower lows, lower highs. Also here, stay tuned for a very volatile week. Dow Jones, Doji, 328 needs to hold. 328, very important area of support. Look here, look left. Train your eyes to look left. Breaking down and under. 324, 320, breaking below this red trend line. And we will see 308 to the downside. Always follow price. Use trend lines and Fibonacci levels to show you the way for future support or resistance, the roadmap for future price action. In my first 2 years, until I became profitable trader, I went through numerous YouTube videos, I took numerous courses, I went through, not all, but 70-80% of all these indicators, and I can tell you this, all these indicators are lagging. The only tools that I found that shows me where price might be heading next with the highest probability is Fibonacci and trend lines. If you want to know more, check the links in the description below. First, start with the Fibonacci Academy playlist, 25 videos, free playlist on how to become a better trader on the technical side and the psychology behind trading. If you want to go to the highest level, choose your path. We have several paths that you can choose from to become a professional, consistent, profitable trader. One-on-one, live, or the pre-recorded. Choose one. IWM breaking below this downtrend channel. 162 is next. 168 from support now will become resistance. Bitcoin with a bullish run. Look at this past 2 days. Heading towards this red trend line. This red trend line represents the higher highs since July of 2022. 37 will become, together with this red trend line, will become a very tough resistance. Look left. It was a very important area of support. So by natural things of price action, it will become very tough resistance. Ethereum, you know these trend lines, and here we are at the upper purple trend line. Lower highs, lower lows, still on Ethereum, but breaking up and above, we can take Fibonacci, swing low, swing high, and Fibonacci will let us know where are the next resistance areas. 1880, we are here already. breaking above 1990, breaking above 2140. Let's see where Ethereum is heading. Can bulls of Ethereum, can bulls of crypto break up and above this area at least 2-3 days, and then we can say we are heading towards the 2640. Crude oil. Let's clean the chart a little bit. Lower highs. Now looks like heading back to retest this red zone as support, breaking below this red zone, 81 and then 77 to the downside. NG1, natural gas futures, still holding above the 286 area, breaking down another. It's very important area for resistance, from resistance to support, breaking below it, and we will retest this red trend line. This red trend line holds the higher lows since April, and we have this major gap to the downside. And as we all know, there are no open gaps in futures, and it doesn't matter which futures, the NG1, the CL1, the ES1, Nasdaq futures, no one have gaps. Embrace that this gap will get filled. SOXX with a doji below the 456, very important area of support, breaking down and under. Now let's see a touch and bounce of this yellow trend line. 456 will become the next resistance. We can clear the chart a little bit. And as you can see, we have a gap to the upside. We have a gap to the downside. Let me know in the comments below what do you think. Which gap will get filled first before the end of 2023? 2 months. And we are heading towards 2024, believe it or not. 4 years since 2020. So let me know, what do you think? This gap, the 433, or the 502? I'm waiting for you to let me know in the comments below. KRE, downtrend until proven otherwise. We don't need Fibonacci. We don't need any other indicators to show us that KRE is still inside this downtrend purple channel until proven otherwise. Can we get a touch and a bounce? Same as we did here, same as we did here. We can be a little bit more accurate. Like this. But it doesn't really matter. It's not rocket science. It's only technical analysis. It shows us the way and it gives us an area of support for the lower lows. Resistance area for the lower highs, which means downtrend until proven otherwise. XLE breaking below the 90 area with a slight gap to the upside, but looks like we are heading towards the 87, below 87.60, and this double top, multi-top scenario will get validated and we will go retest the 83 area, this white trend line to the downside. XLV, once again, perfect example of why trend lines are the true support and resistance for price action. And here we are back at this white trend line. We drew this white trend line a few weeks back. And now, here we are, breaking down and under, and we are heading south. Take Fibonacci, and Fibonacci will let you know the next support areas for XLV. Below 127, we have 125 and 124. If you find anything educational and helpful in this video, just hit the like, subscribe. Don't forget the notification bell because we are going live every day, Monday till Friday, 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time, pre-market preparations, Q&A, so we can be fully prepared for each and every trading day. Apple holding above the 170 area, because bulls of Apple knows below 170, this gap at the 167 will get filled, and then we will see this yellow trend line together with the 163 to the downside. Microsoft earnings coming up tomorrow after the bell. Be prepared. Embrace yourself for a very volatile market tomorrow, Wednesday, and Thursday. Long above 338, short continuation below 326.30. You have all the levels to the upside, you have all the levels to the downside. Don't be a hero, don't trade earnings. Google earnings coming up also tomorrow after the bell. Breaking below this red trend line, and we will see 123.20 to the downside gap getting filled. Good, better than expectations. If earnings will come better than expectations, we will see this uptrend to the upside and maybe breaking up and above towards the 150. Meta earnings Wednesday after the bell. Below expectations, and this trend line will get broken to the downside, and then we will take Fibonacci that will shows us that 274 is next. We have on the weekly time frame, higher time frame, double top scenario breaking below this trend line, below the 294, and then we will see 274, and then the same price action we saw here to the upside, we will get the same price action, but to the opposite way, to the downside, all the way to 228. And don't forget, more than 85% of all gaps will get filled throughout time. And here you have the 214 gap. Amazon, Thursday after the bell. 124 is still holding strong. Earnings will meet expectations. We will see this gap getting filled. Below expectations, failing the expected move, the expected numbers, we have this gap. 106 to the downside. Be prepared. Manage your stop loss. Do not be a hero. Tesla. Doji. Barely hanging the 210, 211 area. We have a multi-top, double top scenario on the, as you can see here, top. Now, 192 is next support. We have a major gap to the downside at the 146. We have two gaps to the upside. Let me know in the comments below. Also on Tesla, what do you think? Where Tesla is going? November, December into 2024. Which gap will get filled first? 242 and 290 or 146 to the downside. Remember, more than 85-90% of all gaps will get filled. And for now, Tesla is heading south until proven otherwise. Netflix, 3 consecutive dojis, nothing much since. Earnings gap up, 396 to the downside is the support. Breaking down another, we have 384 and then closing the earnings gap. Breaking above the 410, we have 426, 455 and then closing this gap at the 468 area. Nvidia, bulls of Nvidia, holding strong and defending with all their have, defending this red zone. Because bulls of Nvidia knows that once this zone will get broken to the downside, this defense line, we will see 372. Breaking below 372, we are entering this void, this black hole towards the 306 gap. Shopify trying, but looks like bulls of Shopify is getting weaker and weaker each and every day that goes by, breaking below, closing below this red zone. And next is this 48 gap. AMD, let's clean the chart a little bit. Follow price, use trend lines as your guide for future price action. Red trend line, resistance for the lower highs. Then broke to the upside. This white trend line, support, higher lows, resistance, went back to this red trend line, support for the lower lows. As long as AMD price continues sliding on this red trend line, the way is south. No need to be genius, no need to be rocket scientist, just follow price, use those trend lines to show you the way. Breaking below this trend line, look left, where price might be heading next. Next support, 98, all this area, 98, 99, breaking below, and we will see 95 and 94 to the downside. All you need to know is the in-depth relationship between candlestick analysis, aka price action, and multi-time frames. It's not enough to look only on one time frame. You need to look multi-time frames, daily, weekly, monthly, hourly. To get a better point of view of price action, look on the weekly, AMD, back inside this red channel, and this red channel goes high left, down right. So it means AMD is in a downtrend until proven otherwise. Check the links in the description below. One-on-one mentorship program or the pre-recorded, both programs, lifetime access, support, guidance from me, and of course all Discord channels. For more information, you're more than welcome to check Fibonacci-Traders Discord. Thank you very much for watching this video. Like, subscribe, share with friends. Don't forget the notification bell. And until the next video, trade safe and please keep safe.